Hey guys, today Mike and I are in really the heart of Henderson. It's called Green Valley Ranch. You might have heard of it. It's pretty well known, and people often assume that it's its own city. Well, it's actually just a part of Henderson. Today we're walking around the district at Green Valley. It's just a beautiful outdoor shopping center. It's got some high-end shops, some one-off shops, some local places. It's just a really nice place to kind of come hang out. Some of the restaurants down here are amazing. The great Italian restaurant, barbecue, pizza, I mean, pretty much anything you'd want just in this little area. You also have Green Valley Ranch Casino and Spa behind us, which is, a higher end station casino for those that know. Has pretty much all the gaming you want, lots of restaurants, movie theater, bowling alley, and a really nice spa. I've actually done a staycation there and it was very comfortable. I bring my daughter down here a lot, especially during the holidays. They do Christmas tree lighting. They have a nice New Year's party. As you'll see later in the video, they're getting ready to set up for Easter, which I can't believe is just right around the corner. One of the great things about the district is because it's so centrally located in Henderson, really no matter where you're at in Henderson, you can get here pretty easy, and it's gonna have almost everything you're looking for. Green Valley is completely different than West Henderson. It's completely different than East Henderson. It's its own place, its own vibe. If you like that kind of like country downtown living, this might be a really good spot for you to check out. So Mike and I are really excited to show you what Green Valley has to offer as far as the homes, the play, the golf courses, places to take the kids, the types of environments that you can live in, because there are several. So a lot like any other part of town, Henderson's going to have a variety of options, from townhomes and apartments to beautiful mega mansions. You have Dragon Ridge, Askaya, places like that are really going to throw off the average price point. The homes in Dragon Ridge and Askaya, McDonald's Ranch, those can get up into the multi-million dollars. But you also have these beautiful townhomes and single-family ranch-style homes in the area that can be anywhere from $450, on up. So there is some affordable living. And again, it's just a different vibe and a different lifestyle here. So the homes tend to kind of mimic that vibe and lifestyle. So you'll find something completely different in the Green Valley area than you would maybe in other parts of Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, or even any other parts of Henderson, which is one of the reasons why I really love it. I'm really excited to show you guys the area. So follow us today and we're gonna really dig deep into Green Valley.
All right, guys, so I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you a little bit about the economy here in Green Valley, specifically in Henderson more in general. Now, obviously, and we've told you this before, when we're talking about, the smaller neighborhoods and or the smaller communities here within the greater Las Vegas Valley, obviously there's gonna be a lot of overlap, right? Just because you choose to live here in Green Valley or because you choose to live in Henderson doesn't necessarily mean that you work here. Of course, all of the job opportunities that are available to somebody who lives in Las Vegas or in North Las Vegas, they're available to you too. Just depends on how far you want to commute. But let's keep in mind that you can get from one corner of Las Vegas Valley all the way to the other corner of Las Vegas Valley, depending on traffic, roughly 45 minutes. So even if you're commuting all the way to, say, the Northwest where I live, right? It's a bit of a hoof, but it's not necessarily unreasonable. I know people, especially coming from Southern California, where an hour and a half, 2-hour commute's not unusual. So 45 minutes to the other side of town, not too arduous. However, we're gonna confine the conversation to Henderson specifically, and we'll try to keep it more to Green Valley. But, realistically speaking, we're gonna have to expand a little bit outside of the Green Valley area, which is actually a really small geographic area, to talk about the economic realities of living here in this part of town. So first of all, and one indication that this is a great place to live is the average household income, right? The median household income for Henderson is just a fraction below $80,000 a year, which is substantially higher than the national average, meaning there's a lot of good paying jobs in this area and that the workforce is comprised of mostly educated and skilled workers. That's a great thing, particularly if you are an educated and skilled worker. It means there's a lot of opportunities for you here in this area. So I have some notes here in front of me and I want to share some of the stuff that I found out when I was doing my research for this video. So there's a few sectors of the economy that really make up the base of the Henderson job market. And it really comes down to Healthcare and social assistance. We have a couple of big hospitals here. We'll talk about those a little more when we talk specifically about healthcare in this area. But those hospitals offer many jobs for what are obviously skilled workers in the medical field. You also have the education sector. So you have multiple universities located in this area, along with the Clark County School District, which is one of the biggest employers in all of the Las Vegas Valley. Of course, it's Las Vegas. So of course, there's a ton of jobs in gaming and hospitality. Both, you know, the Strip is just a few minutes away. Obviously, we also have the Green Valley Casino, which is actually just right behind me here. And then you also have the Sunset Station, and you have the smaller local casinos, along with the, you know, the Durango Station and I mean, you can travel anywhere in the valley, right? So you got the Aliante, you got plenty of options in the casino, gaming, tourism industry, in the hotel industry. Of course, you know, and that's going to remain true for any video we do talking about job opportunities and the economic realities of living in Las Vegas. The public sector is large here. Of course, you have, you know, the city of Henderson's a large employer. You have Clark County, which is a large employer. So there's plenty of opportunities for the people in the public sector, along with, of course, the federal job opportunities. You know, Nellis Air Force Base is just right up the way, etc. And then the other area, and this is the one that I'm actually most excited to share with you guys, is the technology and manufacturing sector. So there's a lot going on in Las Vegas in general, and specifically here in Henderson with technology and manufacturing. So some of the things that are coming into the area here, let me take a look. So we have plenty of opportunities at places like All Deck Inc., which is a software company. Berry Plastics manufacturing company, Cashman Equipment, which is a huge center here for Caterpillar, so heavy machinery, construction industry, farming industry. They have a huge center just right up the road here. What else do we have? K2 Energy. There's a lot going on in the green energy sector here, guys. There's a lot of opportunities in solar and other green energy sector type jobs that are popping up here. Manufacturing jobs, good, solid, well-paying jobs in this area, right? So we have things like SLM Chocolates, which has a factory here, you know, chocolate manufacturing. Graham Packaging, plastics manufacturing. Levi Strauss has their huge apparel distribution center. I know Justin mentioned that when we were talking about West Henderson. That's right down the road. Poly West, plastics manufacturing. ProCap Laboratories makes vitamins and supplements. The point is, guys, good, solid manufacturing jobs, jobs in the IT industry, jobs in distribution. All of that is right here in Henderson. It's a great place if you're looking for high-paying, skilled jobs that you can make a career out of, and you can get into an industry where you're gonna have the ability to build a long-lasting career that you can use to support your family. Henderson's got opportunities galore. It's something that you really need to consider when you're looking for a place to live. So when it comes to the ability to earn a good living, Henderson checks every box that you could ask for. Let's go ahead and move on. Justin and I are going to relocate to the next spot we want to show you guys, and we're going to keep telling you about all the fantastic opportunities you have right here in Henderson, Nevada.
So one of the things that really helps Henderson and Green Valley especially stand out is they have over 20 public schools that have received a 5-star rating. Henderson and Green Valley seem to really put a major importance on education and preparing kids for college, preparing kids for their future. You have great high schools like Green Valley High School. You have Nevada State College High School. I know it sounds weird to say State College High School, but it is a college prep high school. Some of the elementary and junior high schools are some of the highest rated in the state of Nevada. So education is really a priority in the area. They also have some great private schools and tech and trade schools as well, and colleges. Mike had touched on some of the colleges before. Nursing programs, tech programs, different things to help you in the career field that you want. Just down the street, they have a huge college of dentistry where you can, become a dentist or a dental assistant, go through that training process. So the education is really, I would say, a little bit higher level in this area. And that has to do a lot with the demand. It seems like the people that live in this area demand more from their schools, more from their educators. And it really shows in the growing number of students trying to get into this area and the growing ratings of the schools in this area. So if education is important to you, and if you're looking for someplace to place your child, Green Valley might be a great location. It's definitely something that you want to look into. So Mike and I have moved about 1.5 miles south of the district of Green Valley. We're up in the hills of Anthem, overlooking the Las Vegas Strip and the Las Vegas Airport. It's a fantastic restaurant that we just ate lunch at, so you're gonna have to forgive me if I seem a little full. Lindo Michoacan is probably the best view in the Las Vegas Valley, not on the Strip. It's really a hidden gem. They have big glass windows in the dining room that really give you this fantastic view of the entire valley. It's just one of the great places that you can dine here in the Henderson area, the Green Valley, Anthem Hills area. Along with this, you have fantastic steakhouses, barbecue places, Chinese food, Mexican food, you name it. It's really all going to be at your fingertips in this area. Behind me, you're going to find homes that are going to range anywhere from $450 to up to $3, $4, $5 million. So it's really a mix of everything that you'd want in an environment to live in. There's plenty of shopping. We're just about 10 minutes from the Galleria Mall, 15 minutes from the Strip. Right down here to my right, your left, you'll find lots of shopping centers with grocery stores and small mom and pop shops, which are some of my favorite places to shop. I'm a real big believer in if you can shop local when you can. There you have tons of doctor's offices. Mike's going to talk about that in a few minutes. Golf courses just litter the area. It's amazing. You can find golf courses that are going to, be $500, $600 a round, down to $50 or $60 a round. So depending on your skill level and how much you want to put into your round of golf, that's going to be available for you too. I bring my daughter out here quite often because there are some great areas for her to play. They have playhouses, they have kid zones, they have great parks with trails, and the playgrounds out here just seem to be a little bit nicer, a lot more shaded. There's a splash pad right down the street that my daughter absolutely adores. It is probably one of the biggest splash pads I've ever seen. It has little slides, it has all sorts of ways that she can chase water around or even be chased by water. So this area really does provide you with a lot of family-friendly activities, all the shopping and conveniences that you would need really at your fingertips, minutes away from your door. You have easy access to the highway system, the 15 freeway, about 7 minutes from here, the 215 freeway, even less. 5 minutes from here, right down Horizon Ridge. So you really do have access to the entire valley from this area. You're almost centrally located on the southern end of the Las Vegas Valley here. So you are going to be a little bit closer to California for those thinking about moving from California, but you still want to go home. Like Mike and I, we go to California often, and it's nice to be a little bit closer, and you can shave 15, 20 minutes off that drive too. And more importantly, you can shave that time on that drive coming home. So that's really nice. So definitely want to check out Lindo Michoacan, and you definitely want to check out the Green Valley area for the shopping, the convenience, and the family fun and playtime.
All right, guys. Well, Justin and I are driving over to our next filming location. Wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you guys about Nightlife in Henderson, and more specifically in Green Valley. Although, again, going back to what I was saying earlier when we were talking about the economy, there's going to be some overlap because these areas are relatively small and they're all, more or less adjacent to each other. So some of the stuff I'm going to tell you about right now, I'm going to tell you about it again when we start talking about East Henderson and that area over there. And it's also going to cover some of the same territory that we talked about in our West Henderson video. But when it comes to nightlife, Henderson really has you covered, and it has you covered in such a way that you can get away from the tourist scene if you want to. Of course, the Strip is right there. We're 15 minutes away from the Strip and everything the Strip has to offer. So that's always an option. We're going to say that over and over again in these videos. And as much as we, locals like to talk about how we never go to the Strip, the reality is it's more like we rarely go to the Strip. There are occasions when we go down there for a show or for a special meal, or more likely because we have guests, family, or friends coming into town and they want a tour. We end up going down there. So there's that. But talking about staying in Henderson specifically, you really do have quite a few options, right? And so the first and largest group of options when it comes to nightlife here in the Henderson area is going to be the casinos. So you've got Green Valley Ranch, you've got the M, you've got the South Point, you've got Sunset Station. You have several options when it comes to casinos, and all of these casinos, they tend to have high-end steakhouses. They tend to have other restaurants. Usually they'll have a Mexican restaurant. Usually they'll have an Asian restaurant. Most of them have a nightclub of some sort. So if you're looking for dancing, if you're looking for music, that's always going to be an option. Most of them also have live music options on a fairly regular basis. They bring in major concert acts, you know, because they're trying to attract people to the casino so they gamble and lose money. We all know how this works. The point is you as a local get to take advantage of all of that. Now, that is going to, of course, put you into closer proximity to the tourists. So whether or not that's what you're looking for, you know, that's up to you. But if you really don't want to be around the tourists, then there's also some more locals focused nightlife areas that you can look at. There's the district at Green Valley, which is actually right next to the Green Valley Casino, but it's not going to be as touristy. It's going to be a lot more locals. It's more for shopping and dining. So it's not going to have nightlife in the sense of having dance clubs, that sort of thing. But there is an Irish pub there. There are several nice restaurants where you can have a wonderful date night. I know there's the King's Fish House, which I've eaten at before. It's fantastic. There's Richie McNeely's, which is the Irish pub I just mentioned. There are, you know, several other restaurant options there. So if you're looking for a date night, somewhere to go for a nice dinner, Green Valley District has you covered there. Henderson has a couple of great breweries. You guys know that I love a brewery. I talked to you about that when we were talking about the video, or when I was doing the video on the Northwest. So there's some great breweries here in town. So if you're looking for a brew pub, or if you're looking for a restaurant that has, you know, craft beer on site, you have places like, you have Love Lady, you have the Henderson Brewing Company. You know, just a couple of options right off the top of my head. And then there's the Water Street District, which we're actually going to show you that in our next Henderson video when we go out to East Henderson, but it's just a few minutes from where we're at here in Henderson. And they've got all sorts of restaurants, bars, more of the kind of dive bar variety of bars, but there are plenty of options out there for nightlife. And then you have just scattered throughout the city. Of course, you have all the typical, you know, Las Vegas bar scenes. You got the PTs and the Timbers and all of those places. Like, you know, so right now I'm just driving past a place called the Mint Indian Bistro, which looks like a really lovely Indian restaurant. You know, there's so many options for dining and for nightlife. You know, if you're looking for dancing, you can go to the casinos. They have the dance clubs. There's really no reason for you to have to leave Henderson unless you want to go somewhere for something very specific. And then even just right there next to Henderson is the town square. And we've told you guys about the town square before. It's fantastic. You've got Stoney's, huge country dance club. You've got the Blue Martini, which is a nightclub. You got Sicky's, which is more of a burgers-based sports bar. You know, a couple of nice restaurants. You got a Brazilian steakhouse there. The Lazy Dog, which is a restaurant with a brewery inside. So yeah, nightlife, Henderson's got you covered. I'm going to go ahead and keep my eyes on the road here, get us to our next location where we're going to talk to you just a little bit more. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the healthcare here in Henderson. Then I'm going to get the drone out and I'm going to take some awesome footage to show you guys just how beautiful it is out here. Looking forward to seeing you guys in just a few minutes. All right, guys, the last thing that I want to talk to you about today here in Green Valley, Henderson, Anthem area, we're going to talk to you a little bit about the healthcare. There's not a whole lot to say here. The bottom line is here in Henderson, you have two top-rated hospitals to choose from. You have Henderson Hospital, which is a relatively new facility. It's been ranked very, very highly across the board in all sorts of different disciplines. And then you have St. Rose Dominican, which is a very old hospital. It's been here for a long time, very, very well established, outstanding reputation. So when it comes to your major medical needs, those are going to be suited. Those two facilities are going to be suited to take care of pretty much anything that you're going to need, whether it's, you know, just your normal day-to-day life, you know, health checkups for you and your kids, or whether you have more advanced medical problems, you know, God forbid that you need more specialized care, you're going to have those options available to you. And then, of course, as with any area like this, it's a little bit more upscale. The income here is a little bit higher than average. Remember, I told you guys the income here is just a hair shy of $80,000 a year. So you're gonna have the medical facilities around here that go along with that. You're gonna have small clinics. You're gonna have access to great dental facilities. You're gonna have, there's plastic surgeons here. There's outpatient medical facilities here. Regardless of where you're coming from, you're not gonna find better medical care in the Las Vegas Valley than what you're gonna find right here in Henderson for you and your family's medical needs.
All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap it up for our overview of the Green Valley area. We've been able to show you some really nice spots. We've talked about some of our favorite places and places that we think are going to really attract you to the area and make this place feel like home. So if you're thinking about buying a home next week, next month, next year, reach out to the Moody Olson team at moodyolsonteam.com. We'd be more than happy to help you set up some showings or maybe send you some properties that you might like to look at. We look forward to talking to you soon.